let's do this.
You don't have much time. And I've been trying to just chat with you forever and get on film, just you and your incredible insights into self-care. I mean, really, I think what's more passionate for you are your humanitarian freedom fighting endeavors that you do for the elderly. You've gone to DC, you fight for the rights of that. And with your Kasem Cares, I feel like I can't talk to you or about you without starting with that, because that's the bigger picture, you know. And we love having good skin, but I love that you will just run out and get on a plane and go volunteer at every crisis whenever you can, and it fits in your schedule. You will get your hands and feet filthy to help others.
That's right.
And
yeah,
right, like it's kind of the best beauty potion there is helping others, isn't it?
Yeah, it's I mean, I think when you're happy, you're doing other things for, you know, others, helping people, it comes out physically. I really do. You know, it's like you meet somebody, especially for me with guys, like, you know, they're like, okay, he's, you know, guy's fairly attractive. He does something amazing, or he has talent, or he's helping somebody, and my God, they become like the sexiest, most beautiful thing in the world to me, you know? So it definitely, on my part, I see that in people. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that just got a boner burst of hearts. So yes, your humanitarian efforts and how you share them, and you really do it from a place of like, not just, hey, I'm out here doing this, but you use your resources to bring more help and more eyes and more resources to wherever you go. And that's yet another super attractive quality that you have, besides your flawless skin.
Oh, thanks. You know, my flawless skin is due to all the lasers and the, you know, everything that I use on it. And by the way, I have been using your plumping serum, and I've been using your face wash. So I shake that up. Like, you know, it's like, it says shake, and I'm like shaking it. I put it on my neck, my décolleté, I put it on my face. It doesn't get rid of my tan, which I'm really happy about. And then I use my cream that I have, but I love the plumping serum, and I love the face wash. It doesn't leave my skin dry, and it takes my makeup off. So if anybody out there is looking for an awesome face routine, I'll tell you something, and I've said this before. I've commented many on, we have the same friends, Denise and I, we have a lot of the same friends. And yeah, and every time I say, oh my God, what are you doing for your skin? They always say in your face, you know, stuff. Like face, that, you know, Denise's. So it's very true. Your stuff works. It's awesome. I love it.
It's really like, I'll never forget, like the first month we released the cream, and I couldn't believe when I started seeing comments from people, and I'd say to my husband, I don't know them. I don't know that woman. I don't, like, you know, like that's.
Yeah, you quick question said, can guys use it? Absolutely, guys can use it.
Guys need to use it. Like, guys need to know that they have to wash and take care of their face more than just letting the shampoo from their hair fall upon it.
No good. No bueno.
Yeah. Now tell me, my husband gifted me for Christmas what's called a halo facial, as I stand here in front of a halo light. And I was very nervous, but you calmed me and kind of let me know what that was going to do. And it's an in and out, topical laser machine. And what does that halo light do, and what's similar to it? What are some names, because maybe not everyone has halo available?
You mean just for like good skin care?
Yeah.
You know, it depends. It's really also I always like to talk about budget. You know, some people can afford these lasers that are absolutely amazing, that make your face glow, that take away, you know, some of the superficial wrinkles, even out your skin, create collagen. And the halo is fantastic for anybody wanting a glow and better skin. I love the halo. I use it at least twice a year. But if you're looking for something that's less expensive, because that can range you anywhere. The halo can go from anywhere from, I mean, I've seen I've seen halos for $3,500. I've seen halos for $1,800. I've seen halos for $1,200. So it depends on where you live and, you know, who your provider is. So that can be quite pricey. But, you know, if you're, to me, the cheapest, most beautiful laser that has been created for beautiful skin, if you don't have melasma, if you do not have hormone issues with your skin, is the Ipl Rf. That is hands down one of my most favorite lasers ever. If you can't afford the RF, which means radio frequency with the skin tightening, do the IPL. And you can get an IPL, and many people have quoted me how much doctors are telling them an IPL is. If it's more than $200, don't do it. You can get an IPL bonds. You can get, I've seen them go down to as low as $90 for an IPL, and it will make it just absolutely makes your skin look beautiful. Spots and evening out the skin texture and giving you a fresh look. Yeah, it's really nice. But if you have melasma, that's like the pregnancy mask, you know, where you can have dark spots here, dark spots here. Sometimes people have it all over their face. You use this machine, it's going to make it worse. So you have to just make sure you don't have melasma.
Now, is melasma different from, because, you know, as we get older, we can get little, you know, darks, like just little sunspots, like small ones. Are some sunspots the same as melasma?
No, sunspots are completely different. Okay. You can go in the sun and your melasma will get worse, but sunspots are different, and the IPL will take the sunspots right off. So it will work all the way down on your décolleté, your chest. So if you've been a sun, oh my gosh, like worshiper like I was, you're going to want to use that IPL all the way down on your chest, your neck, and your face. But then IPL RF is a lot better than the IPL. So if you can afford the RF, I would definitely do that machine. There's like the Morpheus 8, to me, hands down, is the best skin tightening.
I've been hearing about that. Like after I did the halo and I did a little post on it, two of my friends, well, women I've never met, but went and did the Morpheus one.
I suggest that to everybody. That is a little pricey too, but you can, I mean, once again, depending on your provider, how much you're going to spend is, you know, how much they're charging. So look around, but you do want somebody who's good with the machine, that is, you know, vet them, make sure that, you know, go on Instagram. If they have an Instagram, see what people say about them. Go to Real Self. Real Self are real people talking about doctors and their experience with them, and you can look up your doctor there. So you definitely want to vet them. You definitely want to make sure who you're using is good, and they've been on that machine for a little while. But the Morpheus 8 it's like a little facelift in a handpiece. It's not, it's very painful. So you're going to want it. It's called double numbing. Then a lot of doctors don't know about this, and a lot of nurses don't know about this. You want to put the cream on, your numbing cream on, sit for a half an hour, and then on top do a whole nother set of, like, you know, thick cream on your face. Let it sit for an hour. Do not do
thick numbing cream, or just
double numbing. Yeah. And you just put the cream on first, then you do another whole regimen of it. Do not wipe your other stuff off. Just add to it. You want your skin, you do not want to fill your skin. Otherwise, this is going to be pretty painful. I do something called a nerve block, where they just take a needle and they block your nerves here, so I don't feel anything. Some doctors won't. But yeah, I think the Morpheus 8 is not only beautiful for the skin lifting and the tightening, but it does resurface some of that skin that you have, the pores, everything, because it's little tiny needles that go underneath your skin, heat up the dermis, and it actually affects the top of your skin too. Unlike Ultherapy, unlike Thermage, and there's radio frequency skin tightening that really does nothing for the top layer of the skin, but really heats up the dermis and tightens the skin. This does both, and I really love it.
It goes down to the second layer, not just the epidermis, but down into the dermis.
And it's I think the best thing out there right now for skin tightening, and it doesn't cause as much fat loss as some of the other things like there's a lot of different lasers, or a lot of different radio frequency, or they use ultrasound as well, that can destroy the fat. You don't want that. You don't want the fat unless you don't.
That's amazing. Now that I've never heard. That's proof I haven't done a lot of radio frequency. But I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah.
And that, yeah, we don't want to, you know, like we want to keep plumpness.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
It's so funny, you know, this is our plumping serum because it also has hyaluronic acid in it, which is very moisture filling. But every 6 months on Facebook, someone will say, why do I want a fatter face? You know? And I literally just respond, LOL.
Yeah, I mean, look, what keeps us young and looking young is the fat in our face.
That's right.
You know,
What is it? Tyra Banks said gain 5 pounds. That'll be like your best.
that's absolutely right. If if you're on a budget, and you're very skinny, gain 5 pounds, you're going to look like you had fillers in your face. Is very true. That is what keeps us looking young. So you don't want to get rid of that. I know there's buccal fat removal where people really want their cheeks to look good.
I almost did that when I was 26 years old and I was acting a shit ton. And I just always had this very cheeky, fat face. And I literally looked up a doctor who was a friend of a friend in Mexico.
Yeah.
I might not have come out with a kidney. But they did that fat removal. I'm like, that's what I want. Like, I wanted to look like Linda Evangelista, you know?
Yeah. She was like favorite model. I loved her. Yeah.
That whole thing. But I'm so glad that I didn't, because like all that, like, you know, it's not so bad for 56 years old, you know?
You look amazing.
Like,
look, in a couple months, you know, it's like we can fight aging. And, you know, people say I'm going to age gracefully. Great. Do it. I'm going to fight it all the way, you know, but
I think, you know, if you look at the word gracefully, I think we're aging very gracefully. Like, what does it mean? Does gracefully mean like not doing anything aesthetic to keep?
Look, they're fine with aging the way their body's aging, and that's fine. All the power to you. It's a lot stronger.
Now, what would you, because something that comes up a lot, and it's a tough thing for me, even in the skincare world, is the under eye area, and everybody wants the quick fix.
Yes.
Yes. That's a tough thing. And I'll sometimes have, you know, and we have a great eye cream and women love it. Women love it to me more than I think they should. I'm like, what do you mean it? You know, because there's so much that really goes on with eyes. I'm like, dude, like you need to have that liquid removed, or you've been drinking for 35 years, or, you know, you are super Latin and it's just dark. Like,
yeah. There's so many things you can do for under eyes now that you couldn't do even 10 years ago. There's little like mint PDO threads that you can put under here and build like almost like a scaffolding underneath. And that's what I've been doing lately. Because fillers, you can only do so much as you get older and your skin gets lax, right? But I used fillers for 20 years under my eyes, maybe not, maybe 15 years under my eyes. And I loved it. But then I'm getting older and I'm starting to see a little bit of the saggier skin. So Injector Jess, who's actually in Dunedin, did the mint PDO like threads underneath my eye and gave me like almost like a scaffolding where it pushed the skin back out. And I absolutely love it. Wow. It's amazing. Yeah. So, and then there are people who will need like a upper or lower blepharoplasty, which is where they actually go in and take the fat out and they can reposition the fat or take it out. You can use fillers. There's so many different kinds of things. You can use your own fat, which is always the best, but that is more pricey, more expensive, but it lasts a very long time. There are certain creams like a vitamin C, but a vitamin C4 under the eye, because otherwise it can dry your eye out and it would actually make it look kind of worse. There's copper peptides that are phenomenal under the eyes.
No. So, all right. So those were all fantastic tips. Did you say mint as in like the herb mint?
Yeah, they're just called mint PDO. There's many different kinds of threads that you can use in your face to tighten. If you don't know what threads are, look them up on YouTube. Look up PDO threads for skin tightening. It's a non-surgical facelift. It's absolutely wonderful. I love them. And there's different kinds of threads. My favorite are the PDO.
And do they dissolve, or do they just does collagen attach around it and build, or?
Yeah, so when you put the threads in your face, unlike what they used to be where they didn't dissolve, they dissolve and create collagen, and then your own collagen holds your face in place. So they'll dissolve within 6 months. And I mean, it's really, if you don't want to do a facelift, if you don't want to do anything that's invasive, this is a little invasive. It's like a needle in your face, but it works beautifully. But you have to find somebody who's doing it a long time. Find somebody with an Instagram. Find somebody where they're doing it live or they're doing it on a video and you can see what they're doing. Threads can make you look awkward or your face not very symmetrical if one is pulled too high, one's too low. So you have to find somebody who really knows what they're doing.
So don't do it on a Groupon.
No.
Don't go for the 2-for-1.
Yeah, threads on the Groupon is a no-no. That would be horrific. Just so you know, just don't do that. There's only certain things you can do on a Groupon. That would be like the lunchtime lasers. That would be like a YAG Spectra laser, which is phenomenal for melasma. By the time it took away my melasma. I like no longer have any of my melasma anymore, which I'm very happy about.
Wow.
Yeah, but like that, you could do an IPL. There's certain Groupon lasers you can do. And
I did the laser hair removal. Oh, look, I have a Band-Aid. That's a different kind of waxing.
Yeah.
So my birthday present was that halo, and then it had 2 BBL. So I did the BBL that day. So she does the BBL, that brings up the dark spots, and then the halo kind of sees them and does their thing. She said, come back in 3 months for the next BBL. So the next BBL is sort of due. Is that a type of like
BBL,
that's not
BBL is oh, my kitty came to say hi. Hi, kitty. Oh, he's so precious. Okay.
We have the same crazy love of cats. We stop all of life.
So the BBL is the newer version of the IPL. It's a broadband light instead of intense pulse light. I prefer the IPL. Okay. BBL, I think the IPL still works better than a BBL, but it's all subjective. It's all your own preference, you know? So some people like the BBL better. It just depends. I prefer the IPL. Yeah.
God, I just envy that someone's done enough of them enough times to have a viewpoint of which one they like better. That alone, I'm envious.
Well, you're doing look amazing, and I do have to go. Don't kill me, but let's do this again. I have so much I want to talk about. Look at all these people who joined. I love this. This is awesome.
Right.
But let's do this again. I'm not running out of the house.
Right. It's super easy.
Okay.
We'll do it again.
Look amazing. You look
amazing. Go do what you got to do, girl. I'll talk to you later. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Bye, everyone. See you later.